Hello everyone, we are Team 9. We are Zosha, Murat, Mike, Sherbet, and Afolabi and me. And today we're talking about Philo, Murat's family business. So I'm going to let Murat take it from here.
Thank you, Gaetano. First of all, I want to start with the company. Philo is a footwear company in retail industry in Turkey. Retail industry divided into two sectors. First one is offline and the second one is online market. Philo is a market leader with a proportion of 20% in offline market, but Philo is in third place in online market. Also, Philo has its own brands like Kinetics, Lumberjack, and Polaris. Also, Philo is selling other brands at the same time. You can see other brands on the screen. The annual revenue growth expectation is 20% for next year. Also, as a competitor, Deichmann is in second in offline part. Deichmann is, by the way, is one of the biggest shoe retailers in the world. Also, in online part, Trendyol is market leader with 35%, but Trendyol doesn't have its physical store. As a short history, Philo opened its first store in 2001 in Istanbul, and then in 2015, online sales was started and Philo opened its website. Sharbar?
Okay, so there are two main problems the company is facing at the moment. The first one is the economic fluctuations. So in Turkey, the inflation is high. Philo purchases its product in dollars, but they gain their income in Turkish lira. So if the currency loses its power, the revenue earned will be less. And also there's a raise in tax in importing goods and exporting stuff. The second problem the company is facing is that they are the leader in the offline world, however, they are still following the online world. So they might be losing its customers to its competitors if they do not catch up.
So we've analyzed these problems. Our vertical axis talks about the economic and social conditions, and our horizontal axis talks about the offline and offline consumer preferences. Our first scenario is an escalating zone, which talks about the increase in the domestic purchasing power of the company. And because there's an increase in domestic purchasing power, there's an increase in the domestic sales, which in case increases the economic growth of the company. Flow has a footfall of traditional consumers who would rather prefer to buy from the physical stores rather than online purchasing. Having physical stores also gives easy access to distributors like wholesalers, retailers, etc. to increase the outreach. Our second scenario is the expanded branch, where there's an increase in purchasing power in both foreign and domestic sales. There's high online competition in the online purchasing sector. And due to the good economic conditions, there are better import and export opportunities for the business. An online presence increases lifetime value for the customer relationship, where it increases the brand loyalty for the brand, and the customer is more keen to purchase from the same brand again. The online channel being a very important part of the distribution, because it increases outreach to the consumers.
The next scenario is the slowdown, when people prefer buying online, but the economics and social conditions are poor. In this scenario, we predict that the government will support and motivate the companies inside Turkey to invest inside, to increase the GDP. At the same time, they would put the high taxation on import and export goods to curb companies from external investments. As people wouldn't have so much time and so much money to spend, we predict smaller product range. In the last scenario, people prefer buying online, but the economics and social conditions are still poor. Due to disabling economics conditions but easier availability of technology, we predict that people will be more willing to invest outside the Turkey. The invisible cloud speaks for the online market regulated by the government. And now Gaetano will show our recommendations for these scenarios.
Okay, so we came up with different recommendations for each scenario, and for the first scenario, our recommendation is to open new stores outside Turkey. We think that they should target North Africa, countries like Morocco, Algeria, and Tunisia, and the Middle East, because in these areas competition right now is low, so opening new stores will be beneficial for them. The weather is pretty similar to the one in Turkey, so they will be able to use the same land production that they're using right now in Turkey. And also because since these countries are close to Turkey, the shipping costs are going to be low, and this will not affect dramatically the sales price of their shoes. For the second scenario, we came up with a blue ocean strategy, the omni-channel, and this strategy adds value to the customer relationship because customers are more engaged with the company since they will have access to the company using different avenues at the same time. The communication channels are used in this strategy to cooperate together. They're not working parallelly. And different channels are used like physical locations, social media, e-commerce, and mobile apps. This strategy gives them also the opportunity to access to the inventory using different locations instead of each channel holding specific units. Another recommendation for this scenario is the sharing economy because we want to engage the customers more and more. So we think that customers that generally can target just the lower tires, so shoes that generally cost around $10. They want maybe to have a pair of shoes that's worth $80 or $90 for a specific occasion, just for 2 or 3 days, so that maybe they can rent them for a specific amount of money and then give them back to the company. Because we think that if the company keeps specific areas of shoes for sharing, they will engage more and more customers.
In the slowdown scenario, we recommend the company to open a new section in the stores, the clearance section. It would contain the shoes from old connections. The prices would be between $4 and $8. And in this scenario, there are poor economic mix and social conditions. It would enable people to buy cheaper shoes. We would also recommend to move the whole production from China to Turkey. As we told before, the taxation would be high on the import goods, so it's better for the company to produce everything inside, not to import.
So for the fourth scenario, the value chain of flow shoes is vertically integrated. So as there's an increase in competition in the online world, we recommend the companies use a horizontal disintegration strategy in which we recommend the company to quit doing their own online sales and let other big players do it so they can increase the more potential customers.
So predicted results of our recommendations being taken market expansion, where Flow sees the opportunity to grow both its offline and online operations and achieve market dominance through this, and also go global and local. And also increase online sales where it sees an increase in online traffic on its site, and then it can grow this section of its business and achieve market dominance with this. And Flow becoming a more competitive brand where it uses the blue ocean strategy to achieve market dominance. And on the flip side, the recommendation not being taken will result in Flow becoming followers with the online sales where they don't run the online section at maximum efficiency, and then this results in them become followers in this section. And loss of leadership where Flow loses its market leadership it has right now with its physical stores, and it becomes a company where it doesn't grow or it stagnates with its business. And a decrease of revenue where its online and offline operations are not being utilized at maximum efficiency, and this results in stagnating or extinction probably.
Okay, so considering the problems and the uncertainties that Philo is facing, after the analysis of different frameworks that we did, we came up with different recommendations for every scenario, and we've also applied the blue ocean strategy, and we established it in the shoe industry. Thank you so much for your attention, guys.
So, questions?
I'm interested about the creating the clearance section. So what financial impact would that have on the firm?
Like, I'm sorry.
Does it put the revenues at risk, or?
It's not so risky because actually, like after every let's say every season, the company have some shoes, so they could put like all of the shoes that would be wasted and to use it on this clearance section. So all of the shoes from old collections, not to waste it, but to sell it. Like even for this cheap price, it can be still revenue because otherwise they don't get nothing for this.
Could you describe to me again the omni-channel? I think I missed that on the way by.
Okay, so like the omni-channel means to use different channels that are cooperating between them. They're not working parallelly. This means that every channel is connected to the other one, and this gives the customers the opportunity to interact with the company using different channels such as mobile app, social media, physical stores, and e-commerce. So this experience will be better because they will reach a higher engagement level with the customers.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yes?
What does that look like for the company? Like what do they have to do to get this omni-channel? Like what are they doing now, and like what do they have to change?
They have to improve the IT. Right now, they're still followers in the online, and that's why their offline stores are they're already first in Turkey, and they're followers in the online. So to catch up with the competition and to implement the omni-channel, they need to improve a lot on the online. So they will need to, hire some consultant, some external consultant, in order to help them to figure out a network to be able to use the omni-channel.
Sure. I like your recommendations. What I don't really understand is how omni-channel is a blue ocean strategy. Can you explain more about how it's different to what other more modern brands are doing?
Because generally, but specifically in the shoe retails, they buy shoes and they connect with customers just using one channel. So. And the next step was the multi-channel, so using different channels, like using the offline and the online. And now with the omni-channel, all the different channels are connected together. That's why the inventory is not one for every channel, but they're all connected and they're all working together.
Sure. So the distribution channel is like the blue ocean part.
Mm-hmm.
So, if I understood correctly, you're giving 4 distinct recommendations for each of the I don't know, sectors of the uncertainty. Is there anything you think that they could do? Maybe there isn't. That would apply to, like, let's say, more than one sector, or something that they could do to kind of mitigate that uncertainty.
More than one sector?
Yeah, like for instance, you have 4 different things for them to do in each of the scenarios, and do you think there's anything they could do that would apply to like maybe all, like 2 of them, or like all 3 or 4, just so that they don't have to kind of sit there and think, oh, where will the future take us? Is there anything they can do to like prepare and be? I mean, maybe there isn't. I don't know. I'm just curious.
Yeah. So, for example, let's say like opening the new stores outside Turkey. Like in some countries, still we can use it from both scenarios which are up, because like the economic conditions are good, so we can export, we can import, so we can use, like, for example, this strategy to this both scenario, but for example we can use it to the other 2 because we don't want to export because it's too expensive. So for example this one, what do you wanted to add? So it's an example, like we were thinking even like more, but yeah.
Okay, so we found out that the 2 problems we're facing are the fluctuating economy and that we're followers in the online market. And after all the different frameworks that we worked through, we found out that the blue ocean strategy is something that will help the shoe industry flourish, and that's something one should establish in their shoe industry.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you again.